as we close Black History Month, or have closed Black History Month. One item is the vanishing of Black History Month. I think that this Black History Month 2023 has been the worst in my lifetime.
I noticed that.
I think ignored as much as it was this year.
I noticed that. I thought maybe it was just me.
And on both sides, too, Baba David. Not only was it ignored by government, ignored by media, ignored by the History Channel, PBS, all of those stations that take pride in recognizing people's history. It was ignored by all of them, or should I say mostly ignored. There may have been, 1 hour devoted out of the entire month. And then it was ignored by us.
Yep.
The Black community did next to nothing for Black History Month. The libraries, the museums, the churches, the community centers, and even those who did do something for Black History Month, they only did it one time, as if it was a Black History Day and not a month. And then on top of that, of course, you have to deal with the politically uneducated celebrities like Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors NBA basketball team, current champions. He says that this should not be a Black History Month.
What I do want to go back to is Black History Month. This is actually the first time you've seen me in a Black History Month shirt, all Black History Month. And it's very intentional. And I really just threw this shirt on because I didn't have another shirt to throw on. But Black History Month, at some point, can we get rid of it? Like, at some point? Why we got to keep getting the shortest month to celebrate our history? You got governors want to take our history out of schools, and I'm not going to be the fool to go say, yeah, we get celebrated for 28 days. So at some point, I'd like to get rid of it. It's, we're making all these changes in the world. Can't talk about these people, can't talk about those people, can't say this, can't say that. At some point, it's time to get rid of Black History Month. Not get rid of Black history, like they're trying to do. But Black History Month? Nah. Teach my history from January 1st to December 31st. And then do it again. And then again. And then again. And then again. That's what I'd like to see.
Which is what Morgan Freeman said.
Black History Month you find
ridiculous.
Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
And I think, Baba David, that a lot of these people who speak without any history on Black history don't understand that it was a fight. It was a literal fight for Dr. Carter G. Woodson to get Negro History Week back in 1926, 27. It was a fight because what a lot of people don't understand was back in that time, during the Garvey movement, the early 20th century, white people didn't feel black people had a right to articulate our own historical narrative. So we had to fight for the right to tell our own story. White people felt then, as they still do now, that they can tell black people's history better than black people can tell their own history. So for people like Draymond Green and Morgan Freeman and others, they need to understand that Black History Month is not about the shrinking of our history and contribution to world civilization to 28 days. That's not what it's about. It's about making sure that there is some time allotted during the calendar month where black people's contributions will be highlighted. Carter G. Woodson said it himself. You're not only supposed to study your history in February, But February is the month where we will celebrate that history. Just like Muslims, they're not only Muslim during Ramadan, they're Muslim all year round.
Mm-hmm.
But Ramadan is where they engage in intensification of their faith. Christians are not only Christian during Easter or Christmas, but these are periods where they intensify and revisit their commitment to their faith. So this rumor going around that the white man gave us February is a lie. Carter G. Woodson chose February. He chose it. And the reason he chose it was it included the birthdays of both Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. The second week originally was Negro History Week. And then during the presidency of Gerald Ford, which I believe was in 74, he is the first president to expand it from a week to an entire month, and has been recognized by every president since that time. But we really need to know the history of the struggles to tell our own black history, because you got people running around acting like it was a government conspiracy that landed Black History Month in February, and nothing could be further from the truth.
Yeah, I know they tried to make it like that. They said that's why they had this myth going around that, yeah, they gave us the shortest month in the year. But it wasn't about the month. As you mentioned, it started out as a week to recognize. And still, I think that with the way that the society is going, especially with some of the candidates talking about it, and you've mentioned it, we've talked about it on the show many times about their objective is to eliminate us from history. And it seems like they are erasing us as we speak.
Oh, they absolutely are. They absolutely are. You got about, half the states in the country almost saying you can't teach slavery and you can't teach racism because it negatively impacts the white privileged kids in school. That's absolutely insane. Well, if that's the case, what are you going to do to undo all the self-harm and psychological terrorism that has been wrought on black children
That's right.
desegregation as a result of the misinformation and outright lies that black children have been told about their own people? But again, Bob and David, I'm going to go back to a conversation we had several months ago where I said, listen, we have no shortage of people who know black history. We have no shortage of people in our community who know black history, whether we're talking about formally trained Africana PhD scholars, whether we're talking about self-trained community activists and organizers. We have enough people who know our history, have a good enough hold, because you can never know everything. Nobody knows everything about black history. It's impossible. You don't have enough days in your life to study everything. We're the oldest people. But with that being said, Bob and David, why are we not teaching our own children their own history? It's not the job of white people to teach black children who they are. But we are so lazy that we would rather force racist white women who don't know who we are, who don't care to know who we are. We would rather force them to teach our children who we are than teach them ourselves.